Hello, welcome back to BlenderSushi Live Learning. In this video, I'm going to do the LED type of effects once again, but I'm just gonna use Sverchok. The reason being I want to do this using Sverchok is later on I might use the mesh output from Sverchok to do particles effects and other stuff and whatnot. And I might even try to attempt to make this like a live LED kind of from the webcam. I don't know how I'm gonna do that, open CV or something, but we'll see. Okay, let's get started. Let's go to the compositing, go to Sverchok, and then File, Save As. We're gonna need to resample like an image at some point. I'm gonna be using probably Blender Displacement Modifier for this. We will see, but we might also use dynamic paint. So start with Sverchok. We're gonna just use plane and then viewer draw, and the output should be our dots. Each dot's gonna represent resampling of some sort. So let's say if you're doing it like 40 times 20, we have 8,000 points. This can be quite a lot, but we'll see how it goes. I don't know the orientation yet, but let's try doing it like this. File, save as. This is 20 by 40. Let's make it smaller actually. 10 by 20. And viewer image MK2. We're gonna merge this. And now we have this output of just points. And of course we're gonna use texture for that. Yep, let's go to Displace Modifier, and we're gonna use a plane, and we're gonna scale it. Top view. You probably have seen me doing this before. I have a feeling that I need to do it the other way around, so it's like 20 times 10. So we have that. And this one scale in X 2 times. This guy is for reference for our image. It's gonna fit into what we are doing here. Save this. I'm gonna create another scene real quick. Scene, new scene. And I'm gonna type something real quick as well. Let's type in Blender, but our text is gonna be a better looking font. Pacifico is a good. Yeah, let's do that. Blender with capital B. That looks pretty good. We're gonna use a camera, align active camera to view. We don't have camera yet. I'm gonna create a camera, and then view, align view, active camera to view. Now we have this. Imagine this is gonna be kind of a text. Our text. It's gonna be animating just like that. I'm gonna do this like really quick. I'm gonna use OpenGL as well. So view from active camera. Let's just animate this real quick. Keyframe location, 100 frames. Keyframe locations. So we have animations. We have some kind of acceleration, ease in, ease out, but that's okay. So this is starting point, and then text gonna pass by, and then whoops, it should disappear like so. Okay, just really simple. And then I'm gonna make this text super white color, shadeless, and then the background is gonna be black. Display background color is gonna be black. This guy is it's not white yet, so that's better. Render, if I render using OpenGL, we're gonna get something like that. I'll render and then matcap. Actually, I don't mind using matcap. Maybe use super bright. Didn't work. That's okay. That should be good. So render OpenGL render animations with a full sample. Let's see the size. Maybe make it like 1000 by 500. 100%. Render OpenGL render animations. So now it's doing the rendering. Let's just wait for 100 frames to finish rendering. It's gonna be super quick. I was hoping that this should be like white. Currently it's grayscale. Don't know why. But the result should be in the temp directory normally. This is the default Blender directory to save the render. OpenGL is actually really fast, and you can use alpha as well. Can't see anything. It's hopefully it's saving it in the temp. And we're gonna use a single image first. It's probably finished rendering by now. Okay, stop it. It's saving it in this guy. Desktop. Very interesting. Okay, we have it in the desktop, on the desktop. So this guy, folder, OpenGL, test. Save all these to that guy. Just 100 frame, we just need. So we don't need this. Move to trash. This one goes in there. This one goes in there. Okay, so we have 100 render. This is a OpenGL render. We should have our text somewhere. Yeah, okay, we can use frame number 53 for what we are doing. Let's go back to our original scene. So with this guy, we're gonna use a Displace Modifier, which we already done here, and then create a new, and then this is gonna be using our plane object for displacement reference. Let's now jump into the texture itself and grab our texture, OpenGL text frame, let's say frame 50. Was it frame 50? Frame 51 should be pretty good. Single image. Linear. US render. The mapping should be I think we shouldn't worry about the mapping. It should be generated. Let me check. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. We should already see something happening. Let me turn off only render. Yeah, we actually, you can see the text kind of flowing through the points there. Although it's a really small sampling, just 200 points to represent the sampling. We can see the word Blender passing by. We're gonna animate the texture itself, not this guy though, so don't worry about that. File, save as LED3. So we're gonna increase the resolution, maybe 40 times 20. Now we have a larger space. Top view should be covering the points. Can you see the word Blender passing through? Yeah, maybe very slightly. Okay, that seems to work. So next thing to do, I will get these points, bring it back into Sverchok, object mesh in, and get selections, and this guy's the same, and then this with this guy is using pose modifier on, and then there's like a distance node, so this guy and that guy. And now we can check with the viewer draw or maybe stethoscope, just for simplicity. Can't see anything. Viewer text MK2 view. We should be getting some value. Let's check using text viewer, Sverchok 000. Okay, we can see some number there. That's because of the displacement. Strings 1, strings 2, and it should update. Let's see. But you can kind of see there's our text over there. Blender text. Well, anyway, let's use a box for those displacement instancer, duplicate instancer, and then let's create a cube, and let's source the cube, one object only, and the locations will be this guy, the original points. If I'm not wrong, I just plug it in, and now we have our LED. It's gonna be our LED. It's currently it's like a cube. That's all right. And now we just need to color this. Let's see. Let's create material. Give it a color red. Shadeless. I know. Currently my thing is a bit funky because of the LUT thing that I did the other day. Anyway, so that's it's gonna be yellow. Everything is gonna be yellow, but we're gonna use the distance to control the value. So there's this boom and there's this alpha. Save it real quick. We're gonna use a masking. Yep, list mask. out. The data, this is the original points data, and then the output is data if true, and then we now need to use the masking, and the masking should be comparing the distance. Formula, plug in the distance to that guy. If the distance is larger than 0.1, use it as mask. Now we can see Blender. Our things, it's actually real time. If I run this, see, it's kind of sampling it in real time. And if we are animating the text, as this one will looks much better. File, save as, and we can use the same thing, but the data if false, this is gonna be using another cube. Maybe this guy. Give a new material, diffuse red, cube. Okay, seems to be working. So the yellow and the red cube should be in the same place. I can actually zero it out. So this is our reference, the texture and the original points. Move it to another layer. So there are actually 3 objects. Let me go to layer 2, layer 3. So 1, 2. This, the alpha can go to layer 2. This is our boom. This is the parents, actually the parents for the instancer. Gonna keep it. I'm gonna zero this out. Alt G, and then this guy also Alt G. Interestingly, they're on top of each other. Maybe there's kind of a hiccup or bugs. Let me check. So Blender passing by. This is our result. Let me quickly check in the outliner. So there is this boom, and we have cube 1 and cube number 2. Where's cube number 1? Maybe I need to use a different thing. Okay. Okay, now it should be good. Cube number 2. Okay, I try to make it the same size. Okay, that's our LED setup. It's actually oops, sorry. Back to 3D view. Texture. Okay, this is pretty simple, right? Let's get our cube. Give it a. I think I can leave it like pink and yellow. Doesn't matter. And we have this guy for reference. We need to run the playback in order for this to update properly. So that's there. That's how it should work. And with our texture, actually, we can select our points. Where's our points? Alpha 0, and look at the displacement, and go into the under the texture, let's use image sequence. Instead of single image, let's use image sequence. You can also use movie. Let's grab this guy. Actually grab all except cyclic auto refresh on. This is number of images of a movie to use. This should be 100. Offset actually should be 0. So you can see our text kind of swimming through. Go back to our texture. Now, if I play back, we can see that our rendered text is now passing through. And that's 100 frames. I believe it should be cycling. It should be cyclic, so it's gonna repeat the texture. And the cool thing about this setup is it's quite simple. You know, it's rather simple. It's using Blender on Displace Modifier as well to pass in the weight. You can combine it with other stuff, like remember our alpha. This is actually can behave like a canvas. If I use dynamic paint, turn it into canvas, and I have a brush. For the brush, I'm using torus. Dynamic paint brush torus. This is gonna be perhaps the weighting. Let's follow in proximity, and this should be wire. And back to our alpha points, we can add another dynamic displacement. Use the dynamic paint weighting. I have to turn that on first. Wait. Turn on this guy using the DP weight now, and also use a ramp texture. Blend color ramp on. This should be 1. And I believe if everything works correctly, we should be getting a result. See, although dynamic paint seems to be keeping the weighting, let's make it so it doesn't keep the cache. Make this 1000. Fade within 1 second. See, you see the effects now is kind of live. The thing with dynamic paint is sometimes it doesn't use the volume somehow. I don't know why, but sometimes it does that. So we can see our text from the texture is passing by, and then we also have these effects from the torus. The torus can actually not being displayed. Maybe I need to use project or paint distance to or 1, and this should be constant. Inner proximity, negate volume, nope. Proximity, could be a bug, but anyway, that's our letter passing by. The nice thing, of course, we can perhaps scale this even more. If I'm not wrong, we can just scale this, make it like 100 times 50. So we have like 5,000 points now, and with such a higher resolutions, we also need to make this reference, the reference image should be larger to match the dimensions. So this works well in 2D. It actually will work in 3D as well. There you go. That's larger. And you can, yeah, you can have, now with more resolutions, we can also see this more clearly. It's like still like a pixel artwork. Don't have it to, if you have like too much resolution, currently it's just like a 5,000 points. 5,000 points or like 5,000 LED light is quite a lot already. Currently it's still fairly real time. Normally you won't even go that high actually. 80 times 40. Well, that's okay. Just leave it like that. You can also replace this guy with the monkey head, and there should not be any significant difference in speed. So we get the monkey head. I'm gonna use the monkey head real quick. Go to top view, go to orthographic. Okay. Make the background black. Probably I will replace the yellow with the monkey. Shadeless. Okay. Back to Sverchok and just replace this cube with the Suzanne and reset the position. See, we get the monkey head. Oh, we also have the original cube. Should be here. Let's hide it. Alright, that's our LED. This is actually supposed to be pretty fast. Maybe I can make these Sverchok calculations to not to calculate every frame. So update all, update node 3. What is this? Bake all nodes. Show this layout. Animate this layout. Process layout. I'm still not quite sure with all this setting. I think it's for every node. Well, anyway, this is our instancer. This is our checking expression. If you want real time, you can always I don't know, one of these settings will do the job. This is quite fast still. It's quite interactive. Just use less. 40 times 20 or 60 times 30. 60 times 30. Get our plane. Texture update. Pretty good. That's a lot faster. Maybe the node also, we can hide the node editor and should be faster. save. Um, Alt A. Yeah, it's fairly faster. Fairly fast, I guess. Don't want to see the original monkey though. Well, anyhow, I think that's pretty much what I want to show you in this live noding. Yeah, that's another LED, another look into LED kind of design. It's a basically resampling of much higher resolution image resampled into a bunch of LED. You can do quite a neat thing. At the moment, it's just like a monochrome, a single color, but you can easily change this into something that's not monochrome, not black or white, but it's using the value, grayscale value of the distance, for example. But this is a lot simpler, and I believe you can actually make this real time if you use like a webcam and then you want to have some kind of interactions. Maybe Blender BGE is much better for this kind of thing, for real time stuff. For this, there might be a delay, but you can still do it. Yeah, I guess thanks again for watching. If you have any question, you can leave it in the comments below. I'll see you in the next video.